Hi there, welcome to another Brickright video, and this is the extension we're still working on. We've got another problem with building control. This time around it's the floor. So what's happened is the makeup of the floor was we had 100mm concrete slab going in here, and because if you've been watching the videos with the made up ground and all the changes that's been happening on site, we dug this floor out in conjunction with building control to 450mm, and the slab is 100mm thick. Okay, so what they've said now is they want the slab 200mm thick and they want steel in it. So it's gone back to the engineers, it'll have to go back to building control, and there's a lot of to and fro in going back on between the two departments before we get to know exactly what's what. So I've kind of taken a plunge and we're starting to reduce the floor that we've already dug. So yeah, it's all happening. Let's just get on with it. So here's the section of the plan. There you have it. So it was new ground floor structure, I'm with my glasses on, to comprise of 150mm minimum layers of well compacted hardcore, 25mm of sand, 1200 gauge DPM, and then minimum of 100mm oversight of concrete slabs and 75mm Kingspan insulation K3 floor, yeah, and then 75mm of fibre reinforced sand cement screed. So what they've asked us to do now, what the engineer's working on, is all those measurements will stay the same apart from an extra 100mm, so doubling up the floor and putting A3 steel in it again like we did in the foundations, which means, so yeah, it means that the floor, the building control have already asked me and said what's the makeup of the floor. Just they've already seen it, we've dug it out once to the 450 I think it was specified on the plan, and then another building control officer came along and said, well, I don't like the idea of the floor because it's made of ground like the footings. So I said, well, one of your officers has come out and said that he's happy with the floor, and he said he wasn't happy with the floor. So one's contradicting the other, and it just gives us a bloody huge headache on site, because when you've had the digger in and you've done it and you've leveled it off prior to digging the foundations, you've then got to go over it again, reduce it again and do the job twice, which is consequently costing my client a lot of money and prolonging us with the job to start the next job. So that's where we are with it. The engineer's gone back and he's again put in the specification, and building control and their engineers are currently seeing if that's adequate for them. So if I stop to wait for the answer, we'll just be here doing nothing. So I think it's pretty certain that that's what they're going to say that they want to do. So I spoke to the client, and again, he's got to put his hand in his pocket and we just got to get on with it. And it's bloody frustrating and annoying and costly, but let's just put you on a time lapse and do it. Let's just do it. Right, we have news on the floor. So without further ado, let's explain to you exactly what building control and the engineer have agreed. So this is the floor, DPC, 75mm of screed, 200mm of concrete with steel, right, 75mm of insulation, Kingspan insulation, and 150mm of compacted MOT type 1. So that's the makeup of the new floor. So the change is, we had, and this was per plan, we had 2 courses on the inside to bring it up to this level, which is damp proof course, DPC. So what they've decided is we took the 2 courses off on the inside, and what they want now, they want us to put the 200mm floor in with steel, right, but it's going to be a suspended floor. So the top 75mm of the concrete will actually come up here. So the floor starts, say, around about there. The floor will come up here and then it'll overlap and sit on top of this internal course of blockwork by 75mm. And then we can just put another brick on top, and then we're back up to DPC. But what we got to put in there is they want 400mm of A3 steel cut on this bit to overlap the concrete slab. So that's it. So yeah, okay, we did have to take off a bit of brickwork. We've saved all the bricks. It wasn't too much of a problem for you, was it?
No.
But we got a decision on it. We got 15 ton. You can show them. We got 15 ton of MOT Type 1, which Fraser's showing you behind you now, and we got concrete on the way to go around the pipe. So let's get on with it, and we'll show you how we're going to do it. Stay tuned. Right, so we got concrete now on top of the drainage. Paul Fowler's been here with 15 ton of MOT Type 1 from the quarry. You've got another 15 ton coming tomorrow, so we got to get on and move it. There we are then. We carry on now, move some stuff. And what more do you want? A beautiful summer's day working with two beautiful people. And what do you exactly think about me?
I thought you were going to say two beautiful people and Ryan.
Well, yeah.
Right, the first layer of scalpings is down. The old man's whacking it now.
So there we are, you can see now Fraser's set up his second layer of scalpings. We've whacked the first layer. This is the second layer going in. Paul Fowler's dropped off another 15 ton, so that's 30 in total. We'll get it in, we'll get the laser level on it, we'll get it all leveled out and whacked, and then we'll come back to you with the next section of the floor. Right, so now doing the sand blinding. So the theory of sand blinding is you just put 25mm down of sand on top of your whacked MOT Type 1, and that, when you put the DPM down, the damp proof membrane, that stops any of this with the weight that's going on top of it with the concrete puncturing the DPM. So that's all the sand is. We'll whack this as well. So go on, right, check it by there, mate.
Ooh, what would you do if I put it down your boot?
Or if you put that in my boot?
Yep.
I'd be like the Incredible Hulk. I turn really green and I get really angry, and you don't want to find out. So if you do want to find out, tip that on my boot, right?
What happened here then? What happened?
Well, Frey, you know what it's like. You know, I'm a really, really nice guy, genuinely nice guy. But when somebody, anybody, winds me up and does these things to me, right, I ain't having none of it. I won't have it, Frey. So it's his own bloody fault. I don't know what else to say.
Well, I'll show you. I'll show you what he's done to him. There he is. You want me doing that again, will you?
Always will be.
Right, we're off to get some dinner. Right, we'll see you later.
Yep, it's all right. He got me an headlock. Is there anything about it? And the joke's backfired on me now. But if I turn green and I turn angry, Ryan, you can look out. You've got to have a laugh on site, and luckily Ryan's a good sport. So well done, Ryan, for us for being a good sport. Right, sorry guys, we're moving quick on this one now. We got going, and I have gone a bit far ahead for you, so I do apologise. We've got 25mm insulation on the upstands around the perimeter for cool bridging. That's been done all the way around. And then we got our 75mm insulation, which is staggered like bricks, like half bond for brickwork. DPM, all double lapped, all taped around where the pipes come up out the ground, and then lapped up onto the brickwork, ready for it to be sorted out with a suspended floor. So that's where we are. We'll get all this finished and then show you what it's like at the end, and then we'll be moving on to the steels, moving on to the steel for the floor, and we've got a steel to go on for the suspended floor, which is going to overlap onto the internal skin of blockwork. And if you're thinking what this is, Fraser shuttered this off yesterday because what we got steel stanchions have got to go in here. Now if I put the steel stanchions and screwed them in on that one and on that one, by the time the steel horizontals come in at lintel height across, if we were 0.5 millimetre out, the screws wouldn't have gone in to bolt them all together. Fraser's brought his little chihuahua to work. Where is it? Where's the dog? That isn't...
That's not my chihuahua, that's Ryan.
That's not his chihuahua, that's Ryan. I think in his former life, I think young Ryan was actually a dog because... Do it again, right? That's a good dog, mate. That's a good dog. Fraser does a good chimpanzee. Do a chimpanzee. Alright, so we got all the insulation in. You didn't want to see us putting that in, just bore the crap out of you, wouldn't it? So we put all that in, all kind of brick bonded, as you can see. If you're wondering why we haven't put it through here, where you've got drainage coming out of the ground, you check with building control as well. Pretty standard practice. You can't obviously put your insulation over the top of there because the pipes are proud. So yeah, that's it. Since we told Ryan that he's got the best bark in South Wales, he can't stop barking. So Fraser's limited him to 1 bark an hour. Is that right, Frey?
Yep, he's already done 2.
You've done 2.
He's done 2 in 5 minutes.
He's done 2 in 5 minutes. So we're gonna have to sort this out because he's driving us bloody cuckoo. Anyway, the steel is over there. The A393 steel. Sounds like a motorway, doesn't it? Yeah, right. Anyway, let's get it in. We'll show you how to do this one. Basically, we got to put the steel in. Engineers requested 300mm overlaps, and I'd hate those castle things, those mesh spacers, mesh men, whatever you want to call them. I can't stand them. So we've had permission to cut the bricks in half, which is acceptable, to put underneath, and I feel that's a better job because those other things that drive me cuckoo. Let's get on with it. So we're getting it all overlapped by 300mm on all the sides, and we've tied it all up with wire as well, just to make it stable, so when we add the concrete it doesn't move anywhere. So we've just got these bits to do around there, and that section's done. And yeah, if you notice, we have put another layer of DPM down, which was stipulated by building control. Right, as you can see behind me, Fraser's reversed the van out, ready to rock and roll. Let's show you the steel ready for the concrete. Oh, and there it is. If I see another piece of steel or another piece of wire, I'm going to have 6 months off because, yeah, don't want to see any more of the bloody stuff. Anyway, it's in, it's done, it's all wired up, it's all tight together, it's all nice and strong, all overlapped. That was our inlet and our outlet to get in and out. We're going to block that up tomorrow, and then to make it a suspended floor, we've got this piece of steel left here that we're going to cut up, and we'll show you what we're going to do with that tomorrow, and that's for another day. So yep, we'll see you then. Right, it's the day of concrete. I'm shitting myself as usual. Concrete pumps turned up. It's like, I don't know, 8:30 in the morning. And what we've done, look, let's just get you a bit more. See the pencil line on there? So we got said laser level yesterday and struck a line 75mm higher, so it's that is a course down from DPC. That pencil line goes all the way around, zoom you back out, all the way around the whole perimeter, so we got a level to come off. And then what I'm going to do, because it's so big, I can't tamp this. It's just too big. It's like 90 square meters this is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set the laser level up. I'm going to pull a level off here out, and then when we start coming out, I'm just going to get the laser level and put it down periodically to see that I'm coming relatively level coming off there. That's the plan of attack for it. We're just going to rake it out, and then obviously there's a screed going on top. Now then, I've got something to tell you, because as usual, I'm going to be honest. So building control came out yesterday, stipulated on a plan, as I read out to you. What was it? Kingspan insulation, wasn't it? I asked the builders merchants for Kingspan insulation. when it was delivered to site, it was Rectisol, right? So what's happened is I put 75mm of Rectisol in, building control came out and said, well, that's not Kingspan, it's Rectisol, it's a different U value. So what they want us to do now is put another 25mm of insulation in, and we're going to put it in on top of the concrete before we do the floor screed, and then have a 50mm liquid floor screed on top. So I've got the allowance to do that. But if you're doing yours, and I've done this 36 years, and not once have I ever been picked up on different branding of insulation, first time. So if you're doing yours, be careful, because yeah, I've got caught out and I didn't even know I could get caught out. Leave in the comments below if that's something that happens in your area. But anyway, that said, let's get the concrete guys set up and let's start pouring some concrete. Yeah, I'm just getting the boon set up now. The mix, if you're wondering, the concrete specification from the engineer is a C35 to 40 mix, which is a strong concrete mix, I believe. So we got the 400 pieces cut. We've actually put them in place over there. We got the 400 pieces cut, which will be sat. I'll show you quickly. So what they want is 400mm steel mesh, which will come out to here, and that overlaps onto the internal course all the way along. So that's what they need to tie this 75mm suspended floor onto there with the steel mesh. So there we are, we're all set up, just waiting for the guys to get everything sorted with their boon and everything. He's just going over now, look, there he is. Right, we're just putting the laser on, using the tamper, bringing it back. But it's hard work. Fraser's getting the level off the line and just drawing it all back. So, whew, got all that to do yet, and I'm knackered. Oh, there's concrete splashing everywhere. Quarter of the way there. So, excuse the pun, all hands to the pump. That is hard friggin' work. So the laser level is working, just lasering it all over the place, and then I'm smoothing it off with a tamper. Yeah, it's good, but bloody hell is it hard work. Right, concrete's in, just having a bath, washing the old pinkies off. And we'll show you, we'll get it all wrapped up, and we'll show you the finished result of it. Yeah. So there we have it. 20, just shy of 20 meters cubed of concrete. So that's in. We've checked it. We've put the level on it. We've put the tape measures over, because what we need, look, right, just to explain to you, we put these blocks here. That formula that maintains our 150mm cavity. So when we take those blocks out, we put a brick in there, 75mm, which brings us back up the damp proof course. They get their suspended floor with the steel in it. Everyone's an happy camper, and job done. So there we are, it's all set now, ready to the next phase will be to put the block work up and start sorting the doors out and stuff. So that'll be the next video. Until then, if you could, if you've enjoyed the video, if you could like and subscribe, and I would like to send a personal message out to the old man. Unfortunately, he's had a bit of a heart attack and ending himself up in hospital. So, Dad, hurry up and get home, because Sue's doing all the bloody dishes. All right, see you on the next one. Cheers, ta-da.